Storm of Swords Female Rimuru X Demon Slayer, by Beast of Boredom. Ch51. False Justice. Third person POV. Zohakuden struck his drum, which caused the wood to surround Hantengu in a protective shell. Tanjiro. Hold it. Tanjiro tries to stop Zohakuden, but the fused clone glares at him while releasing a monstrous aura, paralyzing him, Nezuko, and Genya.
Tanjiro. Trembling, it's so overpowering I can't breathe. Zohakuten. What's wrong? Answer me. Do you have a problem with what I'm doing, or can I continue my duty here? Well, do you, awful villains?
Despite the immense fear, Tanjiro stepped forward. Tanjiro. Tell me, what makes us awful villains and not you?
Zohakuten. Because you made the choice to torment the weak, right? Or did not just try to decapitate a small and weak being who's only big enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Tanjiro was surprised by Zohakuten's answer, and his blood began boiling. Zohakuten. Your actions are utterly atrocious. Only a pure fiend would do something like that. Tanjiro held his sword tightly as his anger enabled him to move despite Zohakuten's aura.
Tanjiro. Angry, did you just say small and weak? Small, and weak. Angry, don't give me that. The scent you're giving off right now, the scent of blood. A scent like that means you've devoured hundreds of humans. What did those people do to deserve that fate? Tell me what they did. What could they have done that would cost them their lives? Don't you dare play the victim card after devouring scores of innocent people.
Tanjiro pointed his sword at Zohakuten, furious at his claim of being innocent. Tanjiro. Angry, if there's one thing I'm certain at, and it's that you're evil. You're the villain. And I'll be the one who'll decapitate you. Zohakuten. Is that really all you have to say? Tanjiro. I will behead you no matter what. Zohakuten. Did I kill a family member of yours? Is that why you're so set on beheading me? Tanjiro. No, but you've killed Rimuru's grandparents. Zohakuten. What are you talking about? Tanjiro. Tell me, have you killed an elderly couple after attacking a girl with blue hair? Hantengu flinched as he suddenly recalled that moment where he was attacked by wolves. Zohakuten. And what does that have to do with anything? Tanjiro made a fighting stance. Tanjiro. Angry, you've killed those Rimuru called her family when she was only a child. Not only that, but you've also killed so many innocent people when they've done nothing wrong. If you can't wrap your head around the crimes you've committed, then you're the fiend. Zohakuten got angry at Tanjiro's statement and sent his dragons to attack. Tanjiro swings his sword in an attempt to cut the dragon, but the wooded beast clamped its jaws at Tanjiro's sword and then threw him in the air. Meanwhile, a head charged at Nezuko while another made its way toward Genya but was shot in the face by the demon's gun. The dragon that Genya shot opened its maw and tried to eat Genya, but the demon stopped it. The wood dragon recovered from Genya's shot but had its jaw snapped by Genya. Two dragon heads tried to bite Tanjiro but failed as the slayer evaded the fangs and began plummeting.
Tanjiro. There are 5 wooden dragon heads. They can expand to about 66 feet. Hinokami Kagura. Clear blue. Before Tanjiro can finish his swing, Zohakuden struck a drum, which made a dragon rush toward the slayer and lets out a roar that's much stronger than Yorogi's screech.
Tanjiro was stunned by the attack and fell to the ground.
Nezuko tries to help her brother, but the dragon she was fighting stops her. Nezuko kicked the dragon away, but another dragon bit her arm and raised her to the air while the one she kicked made its way to Genya and ensnared him.
Tanjiro tried to get up but vomited due to having his brain and ears violently shaken by the roar. Tanjiro. My eardrums just burst. I feel so dizzy, I couldn't get up. Tanjiro then noticed another wood dragon approached him and prepared to attack.
Tanjiro. No good. Here comes an attack. The dragon shot a blast of wind after Zohakuden struck his drums.
Tanjiro barely got out of the way but got his foot damaged.
He then continued to run as 2 wood dragons blasted wind, sound, and lightning at him to the beat of the demon's drum.
Tanjiro. It can use the powers of the 4 emotions. Not only that, but the powers have been magnified. The dragons stopped firing their breaths and tried to eat Tanjiro, but the slayer evaded the attempts. Tanjiro. I have no time to use breathing skills, so I can't heal. As Tanjiro got far enough where the dragons couldn't reach him, Zohakuten struck his drum, and suddenly, a chain of smaller dragons came out of the mouth of one dragon, which caught Tanjiro by surprise. Tanjiro was then dragged into the jaws of the dragon and was eaten. Nezuko and Genya were shocked and tried to break free to save Tanjiro. The head that swallowed Tanjiro roared to the sky as it began crushing Tanjiro in its throat. Zohakuten. It's over before Zohakuten could strike his drums and command the dragons to kill the trio. A dragon made of wind and dark lightning along with a pink blur suddenly appeared and attacked the wood dragons. Zohakuten was startled by the appearance of another dragon which started ripping his to splinters. His attention was grabbed by the pink blur which freed Tanjiro from one of the dragons. Rimuru Pav. After meeting up with Miss Kanroji during the invasion, we made our way to the guest house, where we found that it was literally half destroyed. Mitsuri. It looks like we're too late, nobody's here. I closed my eyes and tried to feel the demon's presence. But before I could pick up any presences, I heard a loud roar coming from the forest along with lightning. Mitsuri. They must be that way. Let's go, Rimuru. Rimuru. Right. We then made our way to the sound, and after a few seconds, I sensed the presence of 3 demons. Rimuru. Assuming that one of those demons is Nezuko, there are 2 demons, but one of the 2 is noticeably stronger. As we got closer, we saw 5 wood dragons. Nezuko and Genya were captured while another dragon just swallowed Tanjiro. Rimuru. Tanjiro. Mitsuri. Oh my, Rimuru, I'll save Tanjiro. You should save Nezuko and Genya. Rimuru. Right. Mitsuri unsheathed her whip-like sword and ran to save Tanjiro. Rimuru. Storm-breathing 10th form, ravenous storm dragon. I began swinging my sword, forming a dragon, which then bit and freed Nezuko and Genya. Mitsuri. Kya! Such a ghastly monster. What is that thing? Rimuru's attack looked just as frightening as though creatures.
Zohakuten. A Hashira. Tanjiro. Miss Kanroji. Mitsuri. Are you okay? I'm sorry I'm so late, that was a close one. I'm lucky that I ran into Rimuru when I arrived. Mitsuri landed on the ground and gently placed Tanjiro on his feet. I circled around and dispersed my attack as soon as I'm standing next to Miss Kanroji. I put my hands on my knees, slightly winded by it. Rimuru. That pant was super exhausting. Tanjiro. Rimuru. Miss Kanroji. Mitsuri. Rimuru, Tanjiro. You two take a well-deserved break. Great job out there, Tanjiro. I'm proud. Tanjiro. I can't hear a thing because my eardrums burst. Mitsuri. And that technique you did was incredible, Rimuru. Now take a break and leave the rest to me. Rimuru. No, I can still keep going. Miss Kanroji gave me a nod and ran toward the demon. I took a few seconds to catch my breath and followed her just as the demon sent all 5 dragons towards us. She evaded the first head and used her weird sword to wrap around the dragon and threw it at the other 2, which was awesome. The demon struck the drums above him. Zohakuten. Crazed cry of thunder death. 2 wood dragons went after me, then blasted sound and lighting. Tanjiro. Rimuru. Miss Kanroji. Miss Kanroji evaded the lightning strikes while I leapt to the air and slowly exhaled. Rimuru. Wind-breathing 9th form. Daiden Typhoon. I began slashing the dragon's attacks as I fell to the ground. Zohakuten. That girl somehow managed to slash through my attacks. The demon struck another drum, which caused one of the dragons to blast at Miss Kanroji. She evades the attack, and then another dragon rushed in to bite her. Mitsuri. Love-breathing 2nd form. Love pangs. She began slashing the dragon with her whip-like sword while running towards the demon. A dragon then launched sharp shockwaves at me while I am still in the air. Rimuru. Water-breathing 11th form. Improved, dead calm droplet. I neutralized the incoming attack and followed Miss Kanroji. Zohakuten. They're fast. In that case, I'll bury them with a spell. Blood demon art. Countless striking trees. The demon started rapidly, striking all his drums, creating more dragons to attack us. Mitsuri. Oh no. A wide-ranging spell. The dragons formed into 2 groups, each attacking one of us. Rimuru. Thunder-breathing 1st form. Thunderclap and flash. More tried to attack me,
But I dodged all of the attacks using the form Zenitsu taught me, although I am not as fast as him.
While evading the attacks, I noticed a ball of wood next to the demon started moving away.
Miss Kanroji evades a bite and leaps into the air. Mitsuri. Love-breathing fifth form. Swaying love wild claw. She began twirling her sword and slashed the dragons in her path. Miss Kanroji whipped her blade, which then circled around the demon's neck. But before she could behead the demon, Tanjiro shouted something that shocked both of us. Tanjiro. That's not the main body, it won't die if you behead it. Rimuru. What, Mitsuri? We've made the wrong call. The demon suddenly opened its mouth. The next thing I knew, I was hit in the gut so hard I coughed up blood and was sent flying to the trees. Suddenly, a loud burst of sound echoed. Tanjiro. Miss Kanroji, Rimuru. Nezuko. I held my stomach in pain while coughing up blood.
Nezuko and Tanjiro approached me. Tanjiro. Rimuru, are you all right?
Nezuko. Rimuru. What happened? Tanjiro. Miss Kanroji kicked you out of the way to save you from the demon's attack.
I glanced at Miss Kanroji and saw that she was on her knees. The demon rushed towards her and ready to punch. Rimuru. Miss Kanroji. Before the demon's fist could connect, Genya tackled Miss Kanroji out of the way. Tanjiro. Genya, Miss Kanroji, get up. The next attack is coming.
Genya. Angry, I know that, all right. After I slightly recovered from Miss Kanroji's kick, I noticed that Genya looked demonic and realized that Genya was a demon. Rimuru. What the heck, since when did Genya become a demon? Tanjiro. I don't know, but we need you and Miss Kanroji. You two are the strongest ones here.
I quickly covered my ears to muffle the sound of Tanjiro's shouting. Tanjiro suddenly picked me up and started running while Nezuko and Genya were carrying Miss Kanroji.
Tanjiro. No one has to die. We can beat him, Rimuru. Annoyed. Okay, would you quit yelling? Tanjiro. Sorry. Suddenly the sky began crackling with electricity and we immediately realized that lighting was coming.
Just before a wave of lighting hit us, Miss Kanroji got off of Nezuko and Genya and started twirling her sword and blocked the attack. Mitsuri. Crying, forgive me guys. I am a Hashira, but I messed up. I swear I'll always protect my comrades, because the Demon Slayer Corps and its members are my home. I don't care if you're an upper rank or whatever. We stated at Miss Kanroji in awe. Rimuru. That was so cool.
Tanjiro. Incredible, she slashed through it all.
Mitsuri. Crying, you better brace yourself because I'm going all out.
Miss Kanroji dried her tears and stood up, which alerted the demon and made it strike its drum and commanded the dragons to attack. Mitsuri. Just leave him to me. I'll protect you all no matter what. She then rushed to the demon while slicing the dragons. Just as the rest of us stood up to give her backup, Miss Kanroji stopped us. Mitsuri. I'll take care of this one myself. You guys go on ahead. Defeat the main body. Tanjiro. Let's go. Rimuru, Nezuko, Genya. Rimuru, nod right. Nezuko. Genya. Nod him. We then ran from the battle to find the main body, trusting Miss Kanroji to handle the demon. Rimuru. Tanjiro. You said that thing wasn't the main body. I noticed a ball of wood moving away earlier. Is that the main body? Tanjiro. Yeah, it is Genya. Can you track it? Tanjiro. I'll try. Give me a sec. Rimuru. I'll help. Tanjiro began sniffing the air for the demon's scent, and I tried sensing the demon's presence. After a few moments, we found the demon and made a beeline for it. Rimuru. Over there. Tanjiro. Miss Kanroji can hold off that child demon for so long. We have to slash the main body before it's too late. Rimuru. Then let's hurry up. Tanjiro, Genya, Nezuko. Right.